Welcome once again, Road Rashers, to this, the penultimate part of this Level 5 playthrough. In this edition, we're going to be taking a look at Perm Desert, which is a barren wasteland, complete with cacti and a few palm trees thrown in there as well. And as you just saw, a hut of some sort, probably the home of some sort of desert hermit, I should think. If you pull over by the side of that, you can actually go and buy a big issue from him. Yeah, it's a cheat similar to those you can find in Gran Turismo 2. You know, the kind of ones that allow you to get Reliant Robins. Oh man, I really should stop taking super cheats seriously, shouldn't I? Right, we're closing in on the back of Bob here, who's one of the fellow competitors. And he is very imaginatively named, as you might think for Road Rash. There are some bog standard names, but also interesting ones like Ikira, which sounds like some sort of Swedish superstore. I think you know which one I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name it explicitly, because I would like to remain impartial. And also because Tesco's is a lot better, even though it doesn't really specialise in furniture. It still provides a better service. This is getting into some strange territory now, so we shall swiftly move on and comment on the crush is going on in this game. Yeah, sorry about that. I was requested to do that by Atsuma Karin, so I hope you're happy now, sir. And if you couldn't guess, that was supposed to be an impression of the International Superstar Soccer 64 commentator. Whoa! He is fantastic, but it seems that nobody in the world knows who the heck he is. So if you're watching this video, please drop me a line, because I would love to do some sort of interview or something with you. Enough about football games for now, though, because we've got a road race to conduct here, or at least what remains of one. And as you can see, we've once again got to that stage of the race where nothing much is happening, and because I've crashed, I don't really have much chance of catching the second and first place drivers up, or riders. Well, perhaps the second place driver, but first place is probably way out of my reach now, especially with my poor driving skills. Oh, almost crashed into the back of that tangoed car there. Yeah, you know when you've been tangoed when you're playing this game. I mean, how many of you out there actually have an orange car? I don't know if they do them as standard. I've seen some rust-coloured ones. There are quite a lot of those around where I live, but no actual orange painted cars. I don't know. Perhaps they are supposed to be rust-coloured. With these Genesis and Mega Drive games, you can't really tell, can you? Perhaps they're being driven by some kids out on a joyride in the desert. Sounds like a fun afternoon, doesn't it? Go for a joyride in the desert. Hey Jim, you coming for a joyride in the desert with me? Alright, Jimbo. Except I don't think they'd have northern British accents on the west coast of America. I'm aware that the road rashing circuit is a lot bigger these days. It's big business. Internationally contested, but 1993 I'm not so sure. I don't think many people would have been that interested, and on top of that I don't think they would have had enough money to travel all the way to America. There should be a British version of Road Rash with Liverpool and Manchester and places like that, Birmingham. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, that's another idea for your next version of Road Rash. You could have random scallies and chavs that come out of nowhere to knock you off your bike, and instead of racing for money, you race for chocolate buttons. Now how brilliant would that be, eh? I know that in the mid-90s, and actually probably still to this day, there was a big market in Russia and Eastern Europe for pirated carts for the Genesis, the Mega Drive, and also the Nintendo. They had the Dendy system, which was never released in Britain or America, I don't believe. But I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did a Russian localization of Road Rash. And that would have been fantastic. I'm going to check that out, actually. It's probably highly illegal, but Very interesting, don't you think? Well, actually probably not, because even if I would be able to track that game down, I would probably resort to doing a load of vodka and national stereotypical jokes, boing, just jumping over that bush there, which is nice that you don't completely fall off your bike, you just get a little bit of air. But you can tell we're getting to, level 5 now, because, as I just narrowly avoid that car there, more through luck than judgment, because of the massive amount of oil slicks knocking around on the road there. I don't know, maybe it's one of those joyriding kids, they've stolen some old banger from down the road that's leaking oil or something. Or maybe they stole it from a garage and it wasn't completely fixed. I mean, they'll nick anything these days, won't they? We once had a Mini Metro stolen, and then, within a year, a 1984 Honda Civic light blue. Both of them were found, well actually one of them was found burnt out. Crash! 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 Sorry about that. One of them was found burnt out somewhere 5 miles away, whilst the other one, they never recovered. That had my favourite pair of sunglasses in as well, that. Swines! Right, you can tell that I'm actually running dry on things to say about the game. I've said most of the things in the first 3 parts. But let me tell you, there is an interesting climax to this particular video, so don't tune out. Even if you are severely tempted with all this mindless jibber-jabber that's going on. And I also want to take this opportunity to apologise for any problems with the sound. The microphone that I'm using is not that great. It is susceptible to a lot of background hiss and noise. Hopefully I can try and edit that out, but I want to apologise in advance because I know from previous videos that it doesn't turn out that great. So, once again, I would like to say sorry for that. The key to this game on level 5, I find, is to watch the road ahead of you, and I know that sounds really simple and an obvious thing to say, but you've really got to start turning when you see which way the road's going to go, as soon as the game draws it, so to speak. So, yeah, do that and you won't go far wrong. And would you look at that? That bloke there so kindly smashed into a car for me. The sheer luck involved there, you wouldn't believe. Right, are you ready? I hope you are, because this is the big finale that I've been building up to for the whole video, or at least 2 seconds. As you can see here, I actually finished this race on foot, and I've never done that before, so as you can imagine, it was quite funny to see that. Now I'm sure a lot of people out there have actually done that before, and it's nothing new to you, but it was to me. So hey, don't be a hater, as the Americans say. And we'll see you in the final part of this playthrough pretty soon.